tomorrow. For as the world turns.
Oh, love me, can't you see that I'm no good without you? You took apart which once was my heart, so why not take all of me? So why not take all of me? Thank you. Thank you. So wonderful group. Good night.
She was especially wonderful tonight.
Oh, yes, and she has good reason to be. And I know that you and so do you, and I'm not going to tell. Oh, Brian, come on, darling. Shannon will be back before too long.
Look at McKechnie sitting there so smug. He'd agreed to the annulment. Shannon would be sitting here with us instead of in the Dominican Republic trying to divorce the lying fraud.
Well, I'm sorry you weren't able to go with her.
Cognac, please. Barbara, you look a little less than your perfect self. As usual, were you dunked again? Back off, Lila. It's been the worst night of my life. The worst night of your life. Was that any worse than when you slept with Tom, dear?
Hey, look who just dropped in.
Oh, hi, Barbara. Remember me, the guy you're trying to break your contract with?
Craig, what's wrong?
It's been a wild night.
Listen, I don't know when Margot's gonna... Do you want some coffee? Huh? Thanks.
What are you doing here?
Mother thought I should tell Margot about Tad Channing. Margot insisted there wouldn't be any publicity. I just hope that she really can do that. Keep it quiet.
She'll keep her word.
Craig, are you all right? I've never seen you like this before.
It's just the idea of the slime putting his hands...
No, look, I'm all right, Craig. But you really frightened me when you threatened to kill Tad. I mean, you were so angry. I just hope that Tonio doesn't find out, because he will kill Tad.
Tonio knows. I saw him at Channing's hotel suite. Everything came out.
Somebody! Oh, Cinda! What are you doing here? What's wrong? What's happening?
Oh, Tony, I'm so frightened.
What's happening?
For all of us.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Downy, the fabric softener that combines skin-loving softness with the airy April freshness you love. And by Ivory. There's a pure, natural kind of clean when you lather up with Ivory.
Lucinda, calm down. Calm down and tell me what's happening.
I'm all right.
What's happening?
I can't tell anyone. I can't tell.
If it's about Channing, I already know.
No? You know?
Yes. I went by his hotel suite looking for Sierra. She was supposed to go there to have drinks with him. Betsy was supposed to be there. The only one that was there when I got there was Craig. Yes. He told me Channing attacked Sierra. We had some words. We got into a fight. I went to your house looking for Sierra. She wasn't there.
No.
So I've been looking for her.
And what did you come looking for here?
I was looking for Sierra.
Here?
Yes.
Sierra's not here. I left her at Margot's. She's afraid that you're going to go after Tad
All right,
Channing.
let's go. I should go there. Do you want to come?
All right. What's that? That's the card case I gave you at Christmas, isn't it? Isn't that the one I gave you?
Yeah, yes. This is mine.
Tonio, what is that doing here?
I must have dropped it on my way in. Margot.
Send it, Tonio. He knows about Sierra. Sierra's at my house. She needs your help and understanding.
All right, I'm on my way to her. Have you found Channing?
We just came from his hotel room. His bags are gone.
Yes, and the LA authorities have been notified. They're going to pick him up at the airport.
There's been quite a scuffle here, eh?
His office looked just about the same way, like someone had rifled through his papers. You know, I bet he did it. He did it to throw people off his scent when
Yes.
he was leaving.
I'm sure he did.
We're gonna look around here for any indication of where he's gone.
All right, I hope you find him. Margot, I should get to Sierra. Thank you for your help. All right?
Call me if you find him. And don't worry, it's covered. I'll call you.
Well, where do we start?
Well, Jerry, what a surprise.
Isn't it a surprise? I didn't think that we could pry you away from Blanc Island, especially in July.
Well, I've invited you out there twice, but you backed out both times, so I thought I'd better come to you.
Well, I know. We really were sorry we weren't able to make, especially that second time you invited us, but that's all that little Lucinda Balch's fault. But the first time was Barbara's fault because she took this unexpected trip to New York.
Oh, I didn't know you'd been in the Big Apple recently.
Well, I didn't see any point in calling you, Jerry.
Well, if you'd like to join our table when you're finished. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I think we have finished.
Look, Lisa isn't here now, so we can talk freely. You know, you've got no more gratitude or loyalty than this snake, Barbara. Trying to do these things to me after all I've done to you, done for you.
Spare me, Jerry. All you did was manufacture my design. People like you are a dime a dozen.
We got a contract, and I'm not going to let you out of it.
Really? Talk to my lawyer.
Okay, you want to fight? You're going to get it. You know, I'm going to sue you, Barbara, and I'm going to get Tom Hughes to represent me.
Barbara, is this gentleman bothering you?
Yes. A lot.
Then I think you'd better leave.
See you in court, Barbara.
Thanks for rescuing me.
My pleasure. Join us for a drink.
No, I don't think so. There are an awful lot of people here that know me.
Well, hello, Barbara. Care to join us for a drink? I think you can accept, Lassie. Everyone here knows Hensley's very fond of you.
Barbara. Hi, I'm Barbara.
Hal. Hi. Gentlemen, this is Detective Munson of the Oakdale Police Department. This is Duncan McKechnie and his associate, Mr. Taggart.
How do you do?
How do you do? Barbara, I'm looking for Brian McCall. Have you seen him around?
Right over there.
All right, thanks. Nice meeting you.
Lassie, are you afraid of that detective?
Why? Why?
Well, you dug your fingernails into my arm the moment you saw him. Think I'll have the marks for days.
Something like this happens and you worry about your husband's reaction. Your husband should be the first person you turn to.
Yeah, well, I just hope that Tonio doesn't find Tad. See, you don't know Tonio. With him, it's a matter of family honor.
I can't blame him. I know I had no right, but I felt the same.
Here you go, Greg.
You know, I've been thinking about Channing.
All the things he did before he, left. It's all as if it's part of some big master plan, you know, some kind of sick scheme. Involving everybody that Iva Snyder knows here. I mean, her family. Steve, Betsy, Sierra, Lucinda.
Wait. Why would he have anything in for Lucinda? She gave him some of his biggest jobs, Craig.
Guy would have done in his own mother. He was a monster.
Why? Excuse me. Hi, yeah. You all right? Do you want some coffee?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Thank you for bringing her here.
Why don't you do us all a big favor? Why don't you just beat it?
Sure. As soon as you tell me what Channing was threatening me with, huh? Come on, knock it off. I know that he was threatening you. Iva told me.
Iva? She told you? She didn't. You're right. Okay. He was threatening me. He found some secret business messages of mine, and when he was nosing around, he's been holding it over my head, blackmail.
Secret business messages.
Yeah. Hey, what about you? I thought you were going to go out there, find him. I thought you were going to go out there and kill him.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? You could have me take out your garbage again, and all your little secret business messages would die with him, huh? The only thing that surprised me was that you didn't go after him yourself, you know, remove the threat.
Threat? He's not going to threaten any one of us ever again.
You know something I don't?
Well, apparently. He's left town, bagging baggage.
Oh, Harriet, I wish Brian were here. I feel like dancing.
You better take it easy, Shannon. You're feeling that champagne.
Oh, I am not. This is just my response to... No, my salute to the Dominican Republic. Well, what's all this then?
Flowers. And more champagne.
Would they be from your silver-haired admirer?
Oh, Don't be silly.
I'm not. He was obviously très attracted to you. It was a very expensive bottle of champagne he sent to our table. Why on earth did you give him the cold shoulder?
I may be old-fashioned, but I do not flirt with strange men on tropical islands where voodoo rites are going on, just behind those dark, menacing mountains.
Hey, these are for me. They're from Brian. He says he envies us. It's dark and rainy up there. And he loves me. And he misses me.
Well, you knew that before you read the note.
Oh, yes, but it's so nice to be reminded. Just think, Harriet, tomorrow I'll see the lawyer, and then we can just lie about and wait for that divorce to start happening, to come through. Oh, and then I will be free of Duncan McKechnie forever.
Boy, I hope these doors to the terrace can be locked.
Harriet, lighten up, will you? We're in the Caribbean. Don't you want to feel those balmy breezes?
I wouldn't sleep a wink if these doors were open.
Yes, you will. Now, come on. Relax, okay? Let the magic of the island work that spell.
Can't believe the lumps in this pillow.
What?
It's a glass slipper.
Strange.
Oh,
What's that?
it's a voodoo doll.
A lady with your dress on and only one slipper.
Oh, that's me, Shannon. That's me. You remember I lost my shoe on Duncan's Island? The glass slipper is Cinderella. That doll is me, and somebody's sticking pins in it.
What is so funny? I just asked you what you were doing to stop your little wife from getting a quickie divorce.
I?
Well, then what are you doing, Duncan?
What can I do? She may well come back from her sunny island with divorce papers in hand. If so, I'll simply contest it.
Would you like to come to the castle for a nightcap?
No, thank you.
We've made a lot of progress on the castle. I'd like you to see it.
Not tonight, Hensley. It's so dark and rainy out. Barbara might find it eerie. You keep staring at that fella. Who is he?
Oh, just a business associate from New York. And I wish he'd go back.
Oh, magnifique, the best yet.
You really, you were just wonderful. Why this wonderful feeling, I wonder?
Oh, gee, I can't imagine what it is, grande mère.
Oh, you. Oh, it's so exciting. I think that Tom and Margot are beginning to tell people now, don't you?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you know Tom and Margot back together again.
Yeah.
Margot's pregnant.
You're kidding. We should all celebrate that. Let's have some champagne.
I love the idea. Oh, Tom is just on cloud nine. He is.
Yes, with Margot.
Indeed. He's so excited about this baby.
Well, I'm so glad they worked it all out.
I still don't know for the life of me whatever happened to split them up for a while, but thank goodness it's all past.
Well, it'll be good to see Tom tomorrow. Do some catching up.
I wonder what Hal's talking to Brian about.
Well, I just hope that he's telling him to, well, leave the sleuthing to the police.
Well, I'm proud of Brian because he's really taking a stand against those sleazy old drug dealers.
I just hope he knows what he's getting into. The undercover work can be extremely dangerous.
What do you know about undercover work? Huh? Have you been doing a little of that with Lucy Walsh? You?
Of course not, but I've seen enough movies to know that crusaders like Brian can sometimes walk into very dangerous, frightening situations.
So I let on I was steamed about the articles that you've been writing so nobody would think that you were cooperating with us.
Any reaction to the editorial on Frank?
There's a call for you, Mr. McCall.
Yeah.
Mr. McCall, I've been reading your newspaper. You seem to know a lot about Frank.
Yeah? What do you want?
I want you to call off your little investigation. I think it's time for us to meet and to talk money.
No, I think your folks were real unhappy that you didn't want to stay there tonight.
I couldn't stay there tonight. Mom knew something was wrong. They would have closed in on me, asking me questions.
Nell, you cannot keep this a secret forever.
Papa killed me if he knew I was pregnant.
And that is why you have to tell Roy. He'll understand. He'll be able to help you.
I can't tell him now, Heather. I want to wait until after the wedding.
Nella, I can't marry Roy with you and I keeping this a secret from him. And that is why you have to tell him, and you have to decide what you're going to do. That's probably him, and I'm going to leave the two of you alone so you can talk.
No, I don't want to.
I'm looking for the girl with the golden pipes.
Get in here. When did you get here?
Just for tonight. Don't you look happy?
I am happy, and I am very happy that you're here.
Well, I wouldn't miss this wedding for a Grammy. So, I have to check this guy out.
Well, I have lucked out. And let me introduce you to his sister, Nell Franklin. This is Otis Sutton. He was my manager when I was recording.
Nice to meet you, Nella. So, where's this guy?
Look, he is a police officer and he is working. And so is my dad.
Well, at least you're both here. Why don't you let me take you out to dinner tonight? I haven't had my dinner.
Well, I got a better idea. Why don't I fix you something to eat and you can just chill?
I won't argue with you.
Now come out to the kitchen with us. This guy is a legend in his own mind. I have to tell you some of the crazy things he's done.
Don't you leave a word of it.
I'll be there in a minute.
I risked my neck to come back here to see you. The cops are looking for me.
I know, Frank.
Nella, just tell me the truth. You talked to anyone?
No.
You swear? Sure, because I gotta know if you told them my name or given them a description.
No, I swear.
Okay. Can I see you tonight? Look, I gotta get out of the country until things cool off, and I gotta see you before I go. There's a place called Goldie's Bar down on the waterfront.
Look, I don't know who you are, but I'm not looking for a payoff.
Maybe you should hear my offer first.
Okay, where?
There's a bar on the waterfront. Goldie's, on the corner of Canal. It looks closed, but you'll find the door unlocked. 11:30. Come alone.
What do you think, I'm crazy or just stupid?
I think you want to hear what I have to say, Mr. McCall. Have a nice day. Don't worry, Frank. He'll show.
Hey, he's working with the cops, all right?
Maybe. Is your girlfriend coming?
I don't know. Nella's really scared, you know?
She's a problem, Frank, a real problem. She can identify you.
I think she'll come. Don't worry.
You're a jerk, Frank. Now, I told you not to get involved with any of the local talent. So I hope, for your sake, that she shows. We'll get rid of her and Mr. McCall at the same time. Just like Judy Baldwin.
No, Betsy, I'm sorry. We've turned this place upside down. There's not any clue as to what flight he was on. Have you heard from Steve yet? Oh, I'm sure he'll be home soon. I'm just glad I was there to help you wait for him. Yeah, okay, I'll talk to you later. Bye. I don't believe Channing. He's got his hands in everybody's business.
Yeah, it's obvious this guy's a real jerk.
Thank you for helping me out with this.
Sure. Okay.
I promise. I will never ask you for another favor until your wedding day is over. You've got enough on your mind.
Forget it, I'm cool. Al.
Hi.
Al?
Find anything?
Nope.
What are you doing here?
Well, I heard the Roy was down here, and I just thought I'd drop by and ask him if he wanted to get a beer while he's still single, you know? Oh, you're welcome to join us.
No, thank you. I don't think the baby would like any beer.
Probably not.
How are things going on my case?
Just zilch.
Brian McCall's got some nice leads. Wonder where he's getting his information from.
I don't know, but you should really forget about it, relax, and enjoy the rest of your vacation. Okay?
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye, Margot.
Brian got a call from the guy with the voice. He wants to buy him off. They're going to meet at a bar down by the waterfront.
Is he going?
Yeah, he's going. We got to get down there, and we've got to stake it out so nobody gets hurt. You interested?
You bet. I got a score to settle with these guys.
Ellen, girl, come on out to the kitchen. Otis is eating everything in sight. Come on.
I want to change first. Please. Hey, babe. I know you're scared, but I promise you that Roy will understand and help you. And I will do anything that I can. I'm okay, Heather. I'll be down in a minute, okay? Okay.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Ultra Pampers. Even when they're wet, they're dry. And by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Tom, please thank Margot for us. And we're sorry for imposing on you tonight. It was no imposition. I just hope everything was all right. I think we just need a good night's sleep.
Yes, and something hot for Sierra. Good night.
Good
Tell
night.
Margot I'll call her in the morning.
I will. Good night.
You want to tell me what's going on?
How much did they tell you?
Not much. Margot gets a call from Lucinda. Then she brings Sierra over here, obviously upset. Sierra and Margot talk. Margot calls Roy. Margot leaves.
They're out looking for Tad Channing. He tried to rape Sierra tonight.
What?
Seems he wanted to settle the score with a whole lot of people in town before he split.
Wait a minute, what does he have against Sierra?
Nothing, but he hates my guts and he knows how I feel about it. Talking about a sicko, Tom.
Some vacation, huh?
You all right?
Oh, wet. Hi, Craig. For Sierra.
She just left with Tonio and Lucinda.
Did you find Channing?
No.
Craig told me what's going on.
You're not going to believe what this guy Channing's been doing to people. Betsy told me that you know all about what's happened with her and Steve.
Yeah. You find Steve?
No, no one's seen him. Iva's going to stay with Betsy at the cabin until he gets back.
That's good. If anybody can explain all this to him, she can.
Explain what? What is Channing doing?
Channing conned Betsy into believing that he was on the up and up, trying to put Steve's business back on its feet. While he was at it, he sets her up to make it look like she's having an affair with him. Then he arranges for Steve to find out all about it. It's ridiculous. Steve's not going to go for that. Channing made it look pretty good, Tom. Remember when Betsy went out to L.A. to look for Emily? She hooked up at Channing's office, and Channing's secretary turned her on to a private detective. And she met with Channing very briefly. Thanks, kid. Well, he took a photograph of the event. And when Betsy got back here, she had to meet with him several more times to talk about work with Steve. Channing conned her all the way. Took pictures of every meeting.
And Steve believes Channing?
Well, Betsy decided not to tell Steve about meeting with Channing at all. She was afraid that he was going to blow the jobs and he needed him.
So he's been doing this, setting her up for weeks.
For months. Oh, that's not all of it. He's also setting up Holden Snyder to take the rap for him, be a fall guy. You see, it turns out that there's some very large discrepancies in Channing's books. He has it in for the whole Snyder family.
He's been doing a pretty good job on the Andropolises. Maybe you ought to get over there.
No. If I show up there and Steve comes back, it's just going to make things worse.
I agree.
You're right. I've done all I can tonight.
I'd like to talk to Barbara in the morning about her part in all this.
Barbara Ryan? Why? How's she mixed up in all of this?
Channing used Barbara to get to Betsy. I don't think that Barbara knew about it. But when Betsy was in L.A. looking for Emily, it was Barbara that went to David and Ellen and told them that Betsy should contact Channing's office out there.
Excuse me. I must make an important call.
I don't like your friend and associate.
Hensley? Why is that?
Oh, maybe it's his bubbly personality. Or his wit. Or maybe it's just the way he keeps staring at me.
Well, you're a beautiful woman. Certainly you're used to men staring at you by now.
Not a man like Hensley, and I don't like it.
Oh, come on, Barbara. Have some compassion for the poor lad. He's very taken with you. Virtually tongue-tied.
Well, I wish he were taken with someone else, like maybe Shannon.
Oh, now. Come on, you're talking about my bonny wife. Tell me, have you seen T since the night he left that note for you?
You had a lot of nerve taking that note.
I couldn't help myself, love. I'm the jealous type. But you know, I still can't figure out whether T stands for Tad or Tonio.
Tonio Reyes is a married man. How dare that you suggest that I would even...
Now, Barbara, please forgive me. It's just that there are people in the world that don't regard marriage as sacred, as you obviously do. Take me, for example. I'm a married man, but I'm still very attracted to you.
It's not Tonio Reyes.
Well, then it's Ted Channing. No, wait a minute. I just thought of another T. How about Tom Hughes? Well, no, it couldn't be him. He's married as well, so you wouldn't be interested.
I think so. Oh, Brian, we were just wondering, what were you talking to Hal about?
Oh, nothing. He told me I should stay out of police business.
What? After all the help you've been?
Are you going to? No, why should I? The police don't seem to be getting anywhere with it.
Well, now, darling, look, I'm very proud of you. You're just wonderful at this, but you just be careful.
Yes, I think so, too. Crusaders like you sometimes get in very dangerous situations.
I'll be careful, all right?
Well, I wish someone would crack this case before Margot gets back. I mean, Tom doesn't like her working on it. He says it's too dangerous. And now that I know that she's pregnant, it's no wonder he was climbing the walls.
Brian, tell me, where do you get your leads?
Well, I can't reveal my sources, Earl. You know that.
Of course.
I've got to get going. It's been fun.
Oh, Brian, but don't leave. It's too early.
I've got business down at the office.
You and your business. I'll tell you, I'll be so glad when Shannon gets back. She's the only one who can make this man relax and have fun.
I'll be glad when Shannon gets back, too, for a lot of reasons.
Oh, yes.
Good night.
Brian, as I'm Shannon's uncle, something I want to say to you.
I think you should forget about the crusading editor's bit and go down to the Dominican Republic and be with Shannon. So dear old Harriet can come home.
Earl, I might be able to get down there for a night, but I'm not going to stop the investigation.
I have a feeling that this thing is much more dangerous than you think. I think that you should leave this one up to the authorities.
I can't, Earl. Good night.
Come back inside and lock these doors.
What are those drums?
You know what they are? They're voodoo drums. This is the worst vacation of my life.
Harriet, we are in the Dominican Republic. Voodoo is only practiced in Haiti.
Well, that's easy for you to say. You didn't just find a doll dressed like you that has pins stuck in it. They're getting louder. This is ridiculous. Shannon, come back inside. I think we should call the embassy. I want to go home. Shannon?
Aha.
The old inside and lock the doors.
Harriet, those drums, they're getting louder.
Oh, my Lord. They are getting loud.
I feel like I'm in this very room. Like they're following me wherever I go. The ancient rite of the voodoo drums. I can't escape it. Your old voodoo drums, madame.
Where'd you get that?
They were ingeniously planted in the potted palm out on the terrace. Once more, reason triumphs over superstition.
Well, who put it there?
No doubt the same person who planted that plastic slipper and that voodoo doll in your bed.
But who would do such a thing?
Only someone with a very warped sense of humor, and I bet on Duncan. I remember his saying once how he'd been to Haiti and how he was fascinated by the voodoo rites. And remember you lost your slipper on his island and he kept making those cracks about it.
But Duncan is in Oakdale.
Yes, but he could have hired someone down here to scare us out of our wits so that I would take the first plane back.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Harriet, no. We can still have a lot of fun down here. Listen, we'll see more of Santo Domingo. We'll go swimming. We'll collect seashells. We'll drink pina coladas. I'll see the lawyer, divorce Duncan, and everything will be wonderful.
I don't know, Shannon.
Harriet, this is the 20th century. You are an intelligent woman.
Well, I guess so.
Good.
Oh, we could have a good time. We could, you know, we could see more sights. See more things. I mean, I want to see more of Santo Domingo.
That's right. Now you're talking. Let's go to bed now, okay? Get a good night's rest so we can get up early in the morning. Oh, want to have breakfast here in the morning?
Sure, start on the terrace.
Okay. Do you want the continental breakfast?
Yeah, with cafe au lait. Olay!
Yes, we'll have a wonderful time tomorrow. We'll get this divorce rolling. All right. Here, will you put this on the door for us?
Okay.
Harriet, you have to put that on the outside of the door.
Oh. I must be losing my mind.
Oh, the voodoo head, that shrunken head.
I'll be on the dock to welcome you personally. Safe trip.
Mr. Taggart, I couldn't help but overhear. Well, you have a family coming in from Scotland?
That's none of your business, Mr. Mitchell.
Well, I am afraid it is. You see, as long as my niece is still married to Mr. McKechnie, I consider all the comings and goings on his island my business. Charming little fellow. Lucinda! Well, I was expecting to hear from you tonight.
No. We're just here for a quick bite.
Sierra, I'll never let anything like this happen to you ever again. I feel responsible. As your husband, I should have been there to protect you.
Tonio, there's something I wanted to ask you. Something that Tad said.
Let's not talk about this now. Let's wait till we get...
No. Tonio, Dad said that you were having an affair with another woman.
Well, I have to make a phone call, too.
Oh, don't be too long, darling. He'll be here in 2 days. Good. I'm not so sure you made the right decision, Duncan.
It was the only decision I could make.
Well, Tonio, Sierra, how are you?
Fine. Nice to see you.
You too.
Are you asking me if what that madman said is true?
Well, what reason would he have for saying it?
Well, perhaps in his twisted mind, he thought that would give him license to attack a married woman. He's lying, Sierra. There's certainly nothing going on with me and my...
All right, you two, come on. Let's give Sierra something hot to eat, and then you can go home.
All
Better
right.
idea, darling. Why don't the two of you stay with me tonight, all right? You go to work from my place.
Well, only if that's what Sierra wants.
Well, of course she wants that, don't you, darling? And Matthew will give you breakfast in bed. Come on, everybody.
Still looks like a frightened little animal.
Well, what do you expect after what she's been through?
My wine cellar, huh?
Where'd you get all those 59s?
Would you excuse us? I told Jerry he could use the phone. Oh,
Sure,
Here.
sure.
Help yourself.
I hear your sister's expecting a baby. That's fantastic.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry. Thanks.
Thank you.
Busy night, huh?
I'm so glad we're back on vacation again.
Me too. Can I ask you something?
Yes, let's.
When Craig mentioned Barbara earlier, you tensed up a little. I was just wondering if maybe you've been thinking about her.
Yeah, I have been.
Oh,
Not very often, believe me.
good. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to get past that and forgive me. You don't know. You don't know.
Tom, I love you. And I had to get past that if we were going to carry on with our lives. And that's exactly what we're going to do. Curses.
We don't have to answer that, you know.
You know we do. Will you do the honors? I'm going to go up and take a hot steam shower.
Jonathan Company?
Get rid of him and come on up.
We'll do. What if it's the station?
Just tell him you're coming to join your wife in the shower.
Clausy's gonna love that. Hello.
Hello, Tom. I hope I'm not calling too late. This is Jerry Halpin.
Hi, Jerry. How you doing?
Okay. I'm in Oakdale. I just flew in tonight.
Great. Listen, I'm sorry about Block Island. Margot and I were planning to come out there, but...
Sure. Lila explained. Look, I was very sorry to hear about your grandfather.
Thank you, Jerry.
But also heard the good news. Congratulations.
Yeah, Margot and I are pretty excited about that.
Look, Tom, I don't know if Barbara's kept you aware of the situation, but she's trying to beat me out of everything I have coming to me from Simply Barbara. Now I'm going to sue her for breach of contract, and I'd like you to handle it for me.
Jerry, I don't know. You know, she's family. That might get a little sticky.
Well, can we meet for lunch tomorrow and talk about it?
Sure. I'd like that. Actually, there is something that's been bugging me for a while that I wanted to ask you about.
Sure, what?
I'll tell you when I see you. It's kind of personal.
All right, O'Reilly and Schultz are around the corner. Davidson's in the car over on Canal. Okay. How do you feel?
Fine.
All right, it's not too late to change your mind.
I want to change my mind, all right?
Okay. Tell me what you're gonna do.
Walk across the street to the door of the deserted bar. I open it. I back up against the wall and fall to the ground.
Okay. Now, Roy and I will cover you from here. Now, the backup's gonna be in before you hit the ground.
I just hope this guy shows up after all this.
He will. With any luck, it'll lead us to Frank.
It's 11:30.
Okay. Start walking toward the door.
Wait a minute. Oh, man, what the hell is going on? There's a girl moving in toward the bar.
The door be open, baby. I'll be right inside. One last time together. Sure, baby. Just come on inside, okay?
No, I don't want to come inside, Frank. Come on, I just want to...
Wait, what are you afraid of? It's just me?
Oh, God, no. It's my little sister.
Yella! Run! Get away from the door! The cop!
I didn't, I swear!
Get back!
We know it's true!
I'm gonna shoot him! Get back! Al, get away from me!
Please, Roy, don't shoot him!
Come on! The police! Get out! Police! Get out! Get out! Your hands up! You're under arrest! Police! Get out! Take him out.
No! Brian, call me! No! Brian, no!
Oh, honestly, have you ever seen Lucy Walsh looking so unkempt in your life?
No, I hadn't noticed.
Oh, well, then notice. Open your eyes, darling, and just look. Look at her feet. They're all covered in muck. What a mess.
Oh, well. Courage.
Can I give you a ride home?
No, thank you. I want to say something to Lucinda before I go.
Are you going to say hello to Tonio as well?
Thanks for the drink.
Hello?
Hello,
Barbara. Listen, I'm glad I caught you. I was going to give you a call.
Why? Great.
Well, I just know when Betsy was out in California looking for Emily, I know that you spoke to Ellen and David and passed on the message that Tad Channing wanted to help.
Yes, yes. He said that she should call his secretary in L.A. if she had difficulty tracking down Emily.
Did he say anything else?
No.
Well, why would Tad Channing want to subcontract work out to Steve?
Oh, you are never going to believe. I just got a phone call, a long-distance phone call from this guy who wants to make reservations for next week. Guess who it is?
Anybody in their right mind would care.
Oh, you would care, Lucy, darling. It's someone we all know and love. None other than Tad Channing.
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you by Tartar Control Crest, original flavor, and now in a new fresh mint gel. And by New Comet, a clean you can take everywhere, from porcelain sinks to delicate fiberglass tubs. New York. Jewelry by Alexis Kirk. Join us tomorrow for As the World Turns.